Hey everyone, this is Freak, the Halo Community Manager at Machinima.com. Today I'm going to be interviewing Adam Kovic. You guys know him as a Dead Pixel. He's the infamous host on Inside Halo, and he's also the current editor of Voicemail Theater. He's a full-time editor at Machinima.com, and so he's pulled in whatever direction he's needed. And so I wanted to thank Adam for taking the time out of his busy schedule to be able to do this interview with me today. Adam, you old fart, thanks for doing this for me. You and I go way back, and we're actually some of the first people pulled on at Machinima.com back when they were first starting to blow up. Why don't you tell us about how you got involved with Machinima?
I believe 2 years ago, I was editing reviews for EBTV and GameStop television. I was a freelance writer and editor working for them, and they passed an email along to me and asked me if I wanted to interview with a website called Machinima, and I did, and I got the job.
Alright, Adam, you've been going by the screen name The Dead Pixel, which I just think is absolutely dumb. But why don't you explain to us how you came up with that name?
When I first got my Xbox Live account, my name was Sporticus10, which was an inside joke between me and a couple friends about a character from a kid's show called Lazy Town. And I got made fun of too much for it, and I always thought Dead Pixel Productions would be something I'd like to pursue someday or something like that, and I just adopted that moniker, and that's been my gamer tag for the past few years. Hold on, my cat keeps meowing. Shut the fuck up!
Adam, OMG, did you just kick your cat? Crazy bastard, I'm gonna call PETA. Why don't you tell us about what other projects you're involved in at Machinima right now?
Currently, I do Inside Halo every week. It's a new show inside of Halo 3. And currently, right now, I'm helping revamp the Voicemail Theater series. That entailed just doing a new graphic intro, which I designed and created myself, and just kind of restructuring the format of the show, just kind of how we're doing things with it, and people will be able to see that pretty soon.
You know, one of the things that I see a lot of kids cry about, like when we put up a new Inside Halo video, when I read the comments, a lot of people complain that their clip wasn't selected and put in the top 5 kills of the week. So why don't you help them out and tell them what you're looking for when you're selecting clips for top kills?
For the top plays of the week, typically I try to show stuff that hasn't been seen before or is something that's pretty popular on the Bungie favorites, something people would enjoy. I try to steer away from your typical everyday, kill-taculars and the extermination stuff. They're cool, and I like to show them off once in a while if they're interesting, just to give those people props. But I myself prefer more of the crazy stuff, like people getting hit in the head with cones and doing crazy skyjacks, or people intimidating a tank off a hill. Those are I like the more obscure and funny things that you don't see every day.
Nice. So, in regards to Voicemail Theater, what are some do's and don'ts there that you can give to our viewers when they create voicemail messages that they send to you?
Yeah, for Voicemail Theater, don't scream into the mic. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can play back the message you recorded, so if you sound like crap, maybe you should re-record it, and then that way you'll sound a little clearer and you'll have a better chance of getting on. Don't say racist things. Those just kind of upset me, and they're not funny. And if you're going to cuss, do it in a funny way. Don't just cuss for the sake of cussing, and, just be original. Don't send a Rickroll. Yeah, don't send your Rickroll wannabe things. They're not funny, and they're not going to go on the show.
Something I'm curious about, and I know that some of the viewers are also interested in knowing, is your setup. Like, what equipment and what software are you using?
I edit everything on a MacBook Pro that I bought about a year and a half ago. Yeah, I do all my editing I do in Final Cut Pro, and all my motion graphics I do in Apple Motion. All my graphic design work is done in Adobe Photoshop. And all my sound recording is done in either GarageBand or inside of Final Cut.
You know, every day there's new machinima talent and video content that arises. Some of it's really good and some of it's just absolute garbage, but I wanted to know what advice you could offer to new machinimators that can kind of help them get off on the right foot.
This is kind of a tricky answer. Be original while copying someone else. Look at people you like Red versus Blue for Halo, I guess, or Silver Protection if you like Half-Life. Look at what they're doing and try to get the same look and feel, but try to improve upon it. I mean, obviously, if you're going to get good at this, you got to copy the best people because they know what they're doing. And don't make stupid mistakes, like don't leave elements of the HUD up. Don't use your microphone over Xbox Live. Buy an actual microphone. Um, use music. Cut like you're doing a movie. Like watch some of your favorite films and see how they cut angles and what kind of lighting they use. Just try to mimic that as much as possible, and people will they'll respond to your videos in a much better way.
Cool. Well, thanks for taking the time out to do this, Adam. We'll catch you soon.